Urgent, a new coup attempt has taken place in Burkina Faso. This situation is extremely serious, and we are going to explain everything clearly. First, it's important to listen to three key statements from President Ibrahim Traoré that help us understand the gravity of this crisis.
I say this, and I stand firmly by it. We have no issue with Ivorians, but with Côte d'Ivoire's leadership. There's an operations center in Abidjan working to destabilize us. No one can deny this. We'll provide proof in the coming days. The nation's enemies are active, as you'll soon see. They've been gathering by the lagoon for days. Their goal? Recreate the events of '87 in Burkina Faso. We're not in the past. We're on high alert now. We're ready for them, their mercenaries and their plans. Let me be clear, we will show no mercy. They can keep dreaming, but Burkina Faso will prevail. That's why I've been urging everyone to stay vigilant and not fall for manipulation. As you can see, their actions are all about disinformation, manipulation, and subversion. Everyone must stay calm and focused on the goal, not letting themselves get sidetracked. We'll have no sympathy for those who allow themselves to be manipulated. Only the greedy, those who want it all, can be swayed by these stateless individuals. Let's stay focused. And let's be clear, we're not in a democracy, but in a progressive, popular revolution. Everyone needs to understand this.
After the attempted coup, the Minister of Security delivered a powerful and historic speech. This message from the Burkinabe authorities warns the population about a dangerous conspiracy that was recently uncovered. According to intelligence services, suspicious communications were intercepted between an individual and terrorist leaders. These conversations revealed sensitive military information, including the positions of our soldiers, the locations of our Patriotic Defense Volunteers, VDP, and the inner workings of our military operations. This is extremely dangerous because such information can be used by terrorist groups to attack both security forces and civilians. The individual behind these leaks has been identified as Bahari Abdraham, an officer from the Military Justice Battalion. However, he had already deserted his post several weeks ago and is currently wanted. A soldier who shares military secrets with the enemy is committing a serious act of treason that puts the entire country at risk. Further investigations revealed that Bahari was not acting alone. He was collaborating with several others, including active and former military personnel. This confirms the existence of a network working to destabilize the nation from within. The group's plan was clear. They wanted to create such a level of chaos that an international organization would be forced to intervene and take control of Burkina Faso for 10 to 20 years. To make this happen, they helped terrorists plan attacks against soldiers and civilians, hoping that public anger would turn against the government. Their methods are deceitful. They tried to confuse intelligence services by provoking mass arrests in the army, spreading fear among military leaders by claiming they were on arrest lists, and manipulating public opinion with false messages. They also approached religious and traditional leaders to convince some officers to join their plot. For example, Captain Ouedraogo René David, now on the run, was directly involved. Some VDP members were paid to discourage and demoralize their fellow volunteers. Their goal was to break unity, destroy morale, and create division. Even more alarming, the conspirators had planned a direct attack on the presidency itself on April 16, 2025. This was to coincide with several major terrorist assaults intended to overwhelm the Air Force and prevent a military response. Such an attack would have been a clear attempt to overthrow the government. Fortunately, loyal soldiers and VDPs exposed the plot in time. Thanks to their courage, several key individuals were arrested in Ouagadougou. However, others, including Bahari Abdraham, managed to flee to Côte d'Ivoire, where the operation is now being coordinated from Abidjan. The threat is not over. Intelligence services report that more attacks are being prepared before June 2025. Authorities are closely monitoring the situation and will keep the public informed. Other people involved are being tracked and will be brought to justice. The government is calling on everyone to stay calm, remain vigilant, and report any suspicious activity. The fight for national stability concerns us all. The Minister of Security ended his speech with a powerful call to unity and resistance, reminding everyone of the national motto, La patrie ou la mort, nous vaincrons. Homeland or death, we shall overcome. This message is a reminder that a group of traitors, including deserters and terrorists, is trying to destroy the country from within. Thanks to the vigilance of intelligence services and the bravery of our forces, part of the plan has been stopped, but the threat is still real. Every citizen must stay alert and united to protect the nation. If you see or hear anything suspicious, report it to the authorities. Together, we can defend Burkina Faso. Stay strong, stay united, and never forget. The homeland will prevail. And finally, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this message to spread awareness. Your support makes all the difference.
Communicate. A few weeks ago, intelligence intercepted communications between an individual and terrorist leaders. These contain details on defense forces, homeland security, volunteer positions, and military operations. After thorough analysis, the individual was identified as Barry Abdraman, an officer in the Burkinabe Armed Forces. He was found to be part of the Military Justice Battalion. Intelligence agents discovered he'd been absent without leave for weeks and faced desertion charges.
De découvrir que l'officier est en situation d'absence irrégulière depuis quelques semaines et fait l'objet de procédures pour désertion.
Surveillance of deserter Lieutenant Barry Abdraman's communications revealed additional connections of interest to intelligence services. These include links to Armed Forces Officer Compaore Joani, former Burkinabe Army NCO Zerbo Laoko, Commander Ouedraogo Frederic at Burkina Faso's Integrated Operations Center, and Kabore Constantine, an officer who deserted during European training and fled to Abidjan.
Un officier des forces armées en stage dans un pays européen, mais déserteur depuis un bout de temps et ayant rejoint Abidjan du nom de Kabore Constantin.
Intelligence services' thorough investigation uncovered a major plot against our country. The conspirators aimed to create total chaos, placing the nation under international control for 10-20 years.
À mesure de reprendre le contrôle dans 10 ou 20 ans, selon les instigateurs.
Sensitive intel was leaked to terrorists to ramp up attacks on forces and civilians, aiming to spark revolt against authorities. Other tactics were developed to mislead intelligence services, pushing them to mass arrest defense and security forces, hoping to breed frustration and fear.
Et espérer ainsi créer des frustrations et un sentiment